Eat this one food and regain leg. Strength in just 12 hours backed by science. Have your legs ever whispered something your doctor didn't hear? Like the quiet wobble when you stand, the pause before you take that first step, or that strange heaviness that makes a short walk feel like a mountain. These aren't just signs of aging, they're signals. And your body is asking for help. The good news, help may not come from a hospital. It might just come from your kitchen. You see, in this video, we'll explore one common food. Yes, just one that science now shows can restore leg strength, reawaken muscle activity, and even improve balance in as little as 12 hours. No gimmicks, no miracle pills, just real biology, working in your favor. And if you've been feeling weaker lately, slower, more tired than usual, I want you to know you are not broken, and your legs are not done yet. We're going to walk through the research together. I'll explain exactly what's happening inside your body and how to fix it, step by step. If that sounds like something you've been waiting for, take a moment to subscribe. This isn't just a video, it's a lifeline. Let's begin. Part 1. Wake up the sleeping connection. Why your legs aren't truly weak, just disconnected. Let me ask you something gentle. Have you ever stood up from the couch, and for a moment, it felt like your legs weren't part of you anymore? No sharp pain, no injury, just nothingness. A silence in your lower body like your brain called, and your legs didn't answer. That sensation, my friend, is not just age. It's a loss of connection, a breakdown between your nervous system and your muscles. And it's more common than you might think. According to a 2020 study from the University of Calgary, by the time we reach our 50s, many of us start experiencing a gradual degeneration of motor neurons, the very messengers that tell our muscles to move. And it often begins in the legs, the farthest point from the brain. This doesn't mean your muscles are dead. They're alive, just waiting. The signal isn't getting through. The wires are intact, but the electricity is weak. But here's the powerful truth. In many cases, this connection can be reawakened in less than a day. If we give the body what it needs to fire again, the body is like a radio. It needs the right frequency, the right charge, and the right time of day. And one of the best ways to start recharging that signal is through a specific group of nutrients that fuel neuromuscular junctions, the tiny bridges where nerves speak to muscle. Studies show that combining acetylcholine precursors like choline from egg yolks with leucine-rich proteins like whey can improve muscle firing and signal strength within 12 hours in older adults. That's not speculation, that's data. We're talking about real, measurable gains in responsiveness and leg stability overnight. So before we worry about growing bigger muscles, we need to wake up the muscle you already have. Because weakness is not always about size. Sometimes it's about silence. And once that signal returns, something remarkable happens. Not only does your balance improve, but so does your confidence. You feel more in control, more present in your own body again. In the next section, we'll take this one step further and talk about how you can feed this electrical system in your legs with something as simple as breakfast. Part 2, the breakfast that brings your legs back to life. Eat this first. Picture this. The sun has just risen. You're in your kitchen, slippers on, the morning light warming the counter. Now, imagine that what you eat in the next 30 minutes could decide how strong your legs feel for the rest of the day, because it can. You see, the body has a special window each morning, a moment when your neuromuscular system is most hungry for nutrients, especially after sleep, when acetylcholine levels are at their lowest and motor neurons are most receptive. What you feed your body at this moment can either spark energy and movement or allow fatigue and instability to settle in. So what's the best food to eat first? The answer, backed by neuroscience and nutrition studies, is surprisingly simple: whole eggs. Particularly, the yolks are one of the richest natural sources of choline, the precursor to acetylcholine, your body's primary messenger between brain and muscle. A 2012 review in Nutrients found that just 2 whole eggs in the morning can supply over 300 milliliters of choline, enough to replenish acetylcholine stores and restore motor control within 6–12 hours. And when paired with a protein like cottage cheese or a scoop of whey protein, which contains around 2.5 to 3 g of leucine, this combo activates the mTOR pathway, stimulating muscle repair almost immediately. That's the science. But here's the human side. Many of my older patients used to skip breakfast. "I'm not hungry," they'd say, or worse, "just coffee is enough." But after we introduced this simple protocol, eggs, protein, and greens within 30 minutes of waking, they didn't just feel stronger. They walked more confidently. They stood up without bracing. Some even returned to hobbies they thought they'd lost, like gardening or morning walks with friends. This is not just about food. It's about rhythm, about signaling to your body and your legs that it's time to rise and move. And what happens if you skip this? According to a 2014 study from the University of Texas, older adults who miss protein intake at breakfast show up to 25% lower muscle protein synthesis rates across the day, even if they eat protein at lunch and dinner. Why? Because the body thrives on timing, and missing that morning spark is like skipping the ignition before starting the engine. So here's a simple morning routine. Within 30 minutes of waking, eat 2 whole eggs, 1/2 cup cottage cheese, or a scoop of whey protein, and if you can, a handful of greens sautéed in olive oil. You're not just feeding your body, you're activating your legs. In part 1, we reconnected the electrical signal. Now, in part 2, we've charged the circuit. But there's one more thing that determines whether energy reaches your muscles, and that's blood flow. Because even with perfect signaling and nutrition, your legs need a steady stream of oxygen and nutrients to perform. In part 3, we'll look at how one powerful food, sweet, earthy, and humble, can open your blood vessels, boost circulation, and bring life back to tired legs. Part 3, blood flow is everything, the beet trick that changes everything. Let's say you've reconnected the signals to your muscles. You've fueled your body with the right breakfast, but your legs still feel heavy, slow, not quite awake. That's not your fault. That's poor circulation. You see, no matter how strong the signal or how perfect the nutrients, they still need a delivery system. And that system is your blood flow. Think of your blood like a delivery truck carrying oxygen, amino acids, and energy to your legs. But as we age, that truck hits traffic. Arteries stiffen, capillaries narrow, and suddenly, what used to be a quick delivery becomes a sluggish crawl. A 2015 study published in the Journal of Applied Physiology showed that leg muscle power in seniors increased significantly just 2 hours after drinking beetroot juice, thanks to a spike in nitric oxide production. Why is that important? Because nitric oxide, NO, is the molecule your body uses to dilate blood vessels, like opening a clogged hose so water flows freely again. More nitric oxide ensures wider arteries, better blood flow, more strength. Beets, especially raw or juiced, are rich in dietary nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide. This opens the floodgates, quite literally, and it's not just about walking easier. Improved blood flow means better delivery of protein and choline to muscles. Faster clearance of metabolic waste, which causes fatigue. Sharper brain-muscle communication. It's a trifecta of healing, all from a vegetable you can buy at any grocery store. So how do you use it? Here's the protocol. 90 minutes before physical activity, drink 8 to 10 Oz, about 250–300 ml of fresh beetroot juice. Follow it with 15–20 minutes of light movement like walking or gentle cycling. This combination has been shown to amplify nitric oxide production and enhance muscle oxygenation by up to 20%. That's right. With just a glass of juice and a short walk, your body becomes more efficient at moving blood and moving you. Even more interesting, beet juice doesn't spike blood sugar significantly, and its glycemic load is considered moderate. For those worried about sugars, you can combine it with fiber-rich greens or protein, which balances the effect. And if beet juice isn't your thing, roasted beets, beet powder, And even beet capsules can help, though juice remains the most effective for fast results. In short, your legs don't just need nutrients. They need a highway to receive them. Beetroot is your traffic controller, opening the lanes, clearing the way. Now, let's take a breath. We've reconnected the nerve signal. We've fueled the muscles with the right morning nutrients. We've opened the bloodstream highways. But there's still one invisible enemy working quietly in the background, sabotaging all this progress: chronic inflammation. In part 4, we'll uncover how a silent fire inside your body may be stealing your strength every single day, and how one group of foods can quietly put that fire out. Part 4, Quiet the Fire: How Inflammation is Draining Your Legs from the Inside. Let's talk about a fire you can't see, but that's burning quietly, every day, inside your body. It doesn't hurt, it doesn't swell like a twisted ankle, but it's there in your joints, your blood vessels, and your muscles. It's called chronic low-grade inflammation, and it may be the hidden reason why your legs still feel weak, even when you've done everything else right. According to a 2020 study in the Journals of Gerontology, older adults with higher levels of inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein, CRP, and interleukin-6, IL-6, had significantly lower muscle strength and slower recovery, even when they exercised regularly and ate well. Why? Because chronic inflammation damages mitochondria, the tiny engines inside your muscle cells that produce energy. It also slows down muscle protein synthesis, increases oxidative stress, and disrupts nerve-muscle communication. Think of it as a fog smothering every system that's trying to help you move and heal. And the worst part, you might not even know it's happening. So how do we fight a fire we can't see? Not with pills, but with plants. Nature has built-in firefighters, and some of the most powerful anti-inflammatory agents are found right in your fridge drawer. Dark leafy greens like spinach, kale, arugula, chard, and mustard greens. A 2019 study published in Frontiers in Pharmacology found that quercetin, a polyphenol abundant in mustard greens and kale, can block IL-6 and TNF-I, two of the most damaging inflammatory compounds in aging muscles. Another 4-week trial showed that eating just 1 cup of dark leafy greens daily significantly reduced CRP levels and improved mobility scores in older adults, especially when paired with light physical activity. So here's the plan. With your first meal, include at least 1 cup of dark leafy greens. Add a little olive oil or avocado to improve absorption of fat-soluble vitamins like K and A. A splash of lemon juice or apple cider vinegar helps digestion and makes minerals more bioavailable. And don't worry if you're not a salad fan. Try sautéing spinach with garlic, blend kale into a smoothie, or mix arugula into scrambled eggs. What matters is consistency, because inflammation doesn't rest, and neither should your efforts to tame it. You've already learned how to restore nerve signals, deliver nutrients through better blood flow, and energize muscles through nutrition. Now, by reducing inflammation, you clear the final barrier that holds your strength hostage. But timing still matters. Because even if you eat all the right foods, if you eat them at the wrong time, your body may not use them effectively. In part 5, we'll explore how to talk to your muscles using timing, the science of meal timing and muscle rebuilding, and why when you eat might matter just as much as what you eat. Part 5, Timing is the Trigger: How to Tell Your Muscles When to Grow. Imagine this: you've eaten the right food, choline, leucine, greens, beet juice, but your legs still feel tired by midday. Why? Because your body didn't get the message at the right time. Muscles, especially aging muscles, don't just listen to what you eat. They listen to when you eat it. This is where most well-meaning seniors fall short. They eat enough protein, but it's packed into dinner when the body's already winding down. A 2014 study from the University of Texas found that adults over 60 who spread their protein evenly across 3 meals had 25% higher muscle protein synthesis rates than those who consumed the same total protein, but mostly at dinner. Why? Because the body works in rhythms, not random effort. Every morning, your muscles wake up with a short window of increased sensitivity, a prime time to absorb nutrients, repair tissue, and grow. This is known as the anabolic window, and while it used to be considered just 30 minutes post-exercise, new research suggests older adults may have a wider, more flexible window that starts with their first meal. So what does this mean for your legs? It means that skipping breakfast or delaying protein until dinner is like missing a train that only comes once a day. You've got the ticket, but the platform is empty. Here's how to fix it. Step 1, eat protein within 60 minutes of waking. Your muscles are most receptive here. Aim for 25-30 grain of high-quality protein. Example, Greek yogurt with hemp seeds, 2 eggs with spinach, or a smoothie with protein powder and banana. Step 2, time your protein around movement. Research shows that eating protein 30 to 60 minutes after physical activity significantly increases amino acid uptake in aging muscles. Even a short 15-minute walk counts. Step 3, avoid overloading protein at dinner. Muscles can only use so much protein at once. After about 35 or 40 grams in one meal, the rest is either stored or burned as fuel. That means your dinner steak might be delicious, but it's not building your legs. Instead, think of protein like medicine, small, steady doses, taken at the right time. And the benefits: when you optimize meal timing, you'll likely experience less afternoon fatigue, more stable blood sugar, improved sleep quality, yes, timing affects melatonin too, and most of all, a noticeable boost in leg strength and stamina. Let's not forget you've already laid the foundation, reconnected nerve signals. Shoo, fueled your body with nutrient-rich breakfast. Moyer, boosted blood flow with beets. Calmed inflammation with greens. Now, by syncing your meals to your body clock, you're turning nutrition into a powerful signal, one that tells your muscles not just what to do, but when to do it. But even timing has its limits. If your muscle cells are deficient in key building materials, they can't grow no matter how perfect your schedule is. In Part 6, we'll explore the essential nutrients that rebuild aging muscles from the inside out, and how one overlooked mineral might be the missing key in your recovery. Part 6, the missing materials, micronutrients that repair aging muscle. Let's keep this simple. You're eating well, moving daily, but your legs still feel slow to bounce back. Why? Because muscles don't just need protein. They need tools. And many seniors are missing the 3 most important ones. Magnesium, the spark for recovery, it activates muscle contraction and calms nervous tension. Yet over 70% of seniors don't get enough AJCN. 2013. Low levels lead to cramps, twitching, and fatigue, found in pumpkin seeds, almonds, spinach, beans. Try 200-400 mix day check with your doctor. Vitamin D, the strength switch, it supports both bones and muscles. Low D, or 40% weaker legs, plus higher fall risk. JCEM, 2011. Sunlight helps, but skin makes less D with age. Found in fatty fish, egg yolks, fortified milk. Try 1,000-2,000 IU day of D3 if levels are low. Zinc, the repair architect. Zinc helps rebuild tissue and modulates inflammation. Low levels, slower muscle recovery, BTER. 2017. It also supports hormones like testosterone, found in beef, chickpeas, pumpkin seeds, eggs. Even if you eat right and time your meals, a micronutrient gap could be the hidden reason your legs aren't regaining full strength. The good news: these nutrients don't take long. With consistency, most people see benefits in 10-14 days. Less stiffness, better sleep, more responsive legs. In short, you've charged the battery. Now make sure you have the parts to rebuild the machine. Coming up next in Part 7, we'll pull everything together. You'll get a complete 6-step roadmap for restoring leg strength and, more importantly, how to stick with it long-term. Part 7, Strong Legs, Strong Life, your roadmap to vitality after 60. By now, you've probably realized something important. Strength doesn't start at the gym. It starts in your kitchen, in your morning choices, in the quiet decisions you make before anyone else wakes up. Let's recap the 6 pillars that support strong, steady legs after 60. 1. Wake up the signal. Reconnect nerve-to-muscle communication with choline and leucine 2. Fuel early. Eat high-quality protein within 1 hour of waking. 3. Boost blood flow. Use beetroot to increase nitric oxide and oxygen delivery. 4. Fight the fire. Use leafy greens to reduce chronic inflammation. 5. Time it right. Space protein intake across the day to fight anabolic resistance. 6. Rebuild from within. Supplement magnesium, vitamin D, and zinc to support true muscle regeneration. Each one of these steps is backed by research. Each one takes less than 15 minutes a day to implement, and together, they create a system of strength that's natural, sustainable, and deeply effective. A 2021 meta-analysis in Aging Research Reviews confirmed that multimodal interventions combining nutrition, movement, timing, and supplementation can improve mobility by over 30% in seniors within 8 weeks. That's not a theory. That's a roadmap. And if you've ever thought it's too late to rebuild, let this be your proof. It's not. Now, maybe you're wondering, how do I stay on track? How do I keep the momentum going when progress is slow? That's where we're headed next. In our final chapter, I'll show you how to turn this strategy into a lifestyle with simple habits, gentle routines, and a mindset that helps you feel like yourself again, strong, steady, and full of life. Senior, build a life that carries you, not just legs that walk. Maybe you didn't think you'd need this video. Maybe your legs used to carry you without a second thought. But here you are looking for answers, for hope, for a way forward. And I want to tell you something simple. It's not too late. You are not too far gone. You've now learned 6 powerful strategies that are more than tips, they're tools. And together, they form a roadmap to more strength, more balance, more life. So let's review, reconnect your nerves, fuel your body early, improve blood flow, calm inflammation, time your meals right, rebuild with key nutrients. But more importantly, you've taken the first step. You've cared enough about your body to learn, to listen, and to try. And that, my friend, is real strength. Progress might be slow. Some days will feel better than others. But with each meal, each movement, each small shift in habit, you are choosing to stay strong, to stay mobile, to stay fully you. So if this video helped even a little, please consider subscribing and leave a comment below. What step will you start today? What's one thing you're proud of already? Because here, we're not just building stronger legs. We're building a life that carries us forward with grace, with power, and with purpose. You've got this.